This lesson is about adding and subtracting radical expressions. Let's review a definition. Combining like terms means that you can only add and subtract terms that have matching variable or root terms. For instance, 5x plus 6x equals 11x. I like to remind myself that an x is like an apple. 5 apples plus 6 apples equals 11 apples. Likewise, a root acts like an x or an apple. 5 root 3's plus 6 root 3's, I have 11 root 3's. When the variables or terms or root terms do not match, you cannot add or subtract. For instance, 5x plus 6y is simply 5x plus 6y. You cannot add them together. It's like saying 5 apples plus 6 bananas. Well, you really can't say anything about adding apples plus bananas. You could say 11 pieces of fruit, but then you lose the specificity of the fact that there were 5 apples and 6 bananas. So we do not combine those terms. Likewise, 5 root 3's plus 6 root 2's, well, those are different roots. So you do not combine the terms at all. You just leave it as it is. Now, some root expressions may not appear to be combinable at first glance, but you must remember to simplify your roots. For example, root 12 plus root 48, well, those are different roots, so we cannot add them together. That would be like apples plus bananas. However, root 12 is actually equal to 2 root 3's. And root 48 is simplifiable to 4 root 3's. So actually, I have 2 root 3's plus 4 root 3's, and that is 6 root 3's. And it simplifies quite a bit. Here's another example. Root 75 plus root 45 plus root 27 plus root 20. At first glance, these are not combinable. However, root 75 is actually 5 root 3. And root 45 is actually 3 root 5. And root 27 is actually 3 root 3, and root 20 is actually 2 root 5. Now we do have like terms. That's 5 root 3's, and that's 3 root 3's. That makes 8 root 3's. And then here I have 3 root 5's and 2 root 5's. That makes 5 root 5's. So this very long, unfortunate looking expression does in fact simplify quite nicely to 8 root 3 plus 5 root 5. Here's another example. Root 125 plus root 49 plus root 80 plus root 100. That does not appear to be combinable. However, root 125 is 5 root 5, and root 49, of course, is 7, and root 80 is 4 root 5, and root 100 is 10. So now we can add our numbers together. 7 plus 10 is 17, and 5 root 5's plus 4 root 5's is 9 root 5's, and it simplifies very nicely. Here's some more practice problems. Give it a shot and go to the next screen for the answer key.